Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. Obviously, we were sort of pretty happy the way that our market reacted today. I think it shows there's a bit of positivity around there, and it's good to see a lot of the shares sort of fighting back. I suppose some of you obviously stand out. Some of our stocks, SMN, which again, even holding that sort of. This is structural monitoring systems. I think it's a stock. We've made a lot of money on this already. These are ones a lot of share advice companies have tipped this company to similar to Equity Story to be obviously worth a lot more than where it is now. They've all their sort of, how do you say, technology got passed by the FAA, and they're just now in the process of signing contracts with Boeing. So they're going to tremendous revenue stream coming through in the next 3 or 4 years. And again, it's good to see this stock just holding that short-term moving average, and hopefully, I think you've seen the profit takers come in, the stock start turning, and if we can have a good sort of next few days, I'll have a nice little buy signal and then at least go up and start trading where it should do. Obviously, a lot does depend on the general market. Just having a look at Tassel Group. Again, this is a trend we're looking at, and you can see that long-term trend is starting to get pretty strong. And if you go to the short-term trend, you look for really nice trend lines, and I don't think you could get a better sort of short-term trend than Tassel Groups at the moment, and it's got that fantastic little buy signal. Now, in normal times, this will go back up and test up 480 and do quite well. Again, Tassel Group, it's I see it in that sort of supplying China category, with similar to Bellamy's and Blackmore's, and obviously the good Chinese growth story, and I think Tassel Group is there as well. But again, if you look on that chart, it looks absolutely stunning. We'll see what happens over the next 3 or 4 days. Obviously, at the moment, our main occupation is to just try and protect wealth. So we've got some trends that we're holding, but we're actually not running out there putting trends on yet till we see where the general market is going. But Tassel Group is certainly a fantastic looking trend, and we do encourage you to obviously keep it on your watch list. Again, some of the stocks that we're trading at the moment are absolutely fantastic, and this one's got like what we call a little cross on it. This is pretty bullish, and it's holding these sort of trend lines pretty well, as PME was actually up today, which is a good sign. You can see it's a great trend, and she'll have a strong movement, as is Hub, and even Little Elders today in a market where a lot of stuff is getting decimated. This stock was up, and it's still trending up beautifully. So and I think again, look at IRI, again really holding those trend lines, and even BLA, which it's got sort of, it doesn't have much volume in it, so we'll have these sort of movements. You can see how it's moved before, but it comes down, just perfectly hits that long-term moving average and bounces straight off. Why? Because the story is very, very solid. These are trends that we're holding, and I think we'll end up going to making a lot of money out of those, like we do out of 99% of all the calls that we put out at Equity Story. Just having a look at some of the, I think just go down here. We have a look at those sort of buy signals that we put out on the weekend, and I think basically all the stocks that we had sort of bullish signals on, they're all actually doing well. I think BAP and let's have a look. MTR, SPK, TNE, TGR, and TRS were up in the day, which we weren't really expecting, because obviously we still feel there's a bit of negativity out in the market. And the stocks that obviously we said negative, you can see here AWE, WSA, and a whole group here. Even those two banks, NAB and ANZ, hitting record yearly lows. So I think definitely those buy signals, I think they're hard to trade at the moment because the market is going sideways and they're very, very volatile, but they are giving a tremendous guidance to a lot of stocks how they might move in the short term. And I know a lot of you really enjoy those weekly buy signals, and certainly have been trading with a great deal of success. One stock that's actually quite interesting is SPO, and we don't often sort of, uh, I got a phone call today saying, Dave, do you think this is a recovery? And actually, it's I just sort of, I don't say the way the chart's moving, I've sort of maybe saying it possibly could be. But even say equity story, we just don't like buying these stories, even though it could be a recovery on process. We just find it too risky. And again, if you look at the same old stories like Slater and Gordon, I think you could argue that Slater and Gordon could have looked a little bit like this, and bang, look what happened. So picking bottoms is very dangerous, and although I think Spotless is obviously quite an exciting story, I think just wait till the story is definitely back on before you go in and buy that stock. I think trying to buy it where it is now is just way too risky. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for listening to Equity Story. We potentially got a very nice 3-year growth story going on tomorrow. We obviously just want to make sure that when it does go, we feel the market's improved, and we might even put the 3-year growth story out with a lower buy price. Maybe just having all our members aware that we really like this story would be a good idea. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to Equity Story, and I look forward to bringing you this report tomorrow night. And thank you very much, and good night.